Good evening. The Congress leader Rahul Gandhi is in Churachandpur in Manipur after a dramatic sequence of events played out on the ground. The police say that his convoy was first stopped by a group of women who didn't want him to proceed by road. That account has been, the Congress says, is inaccurate. The police then advised him not to go ahead because of security concerns. When Rahul Gandhi turned back to get to Imphal airport, he was stopped by another group of women who wanted him to go by road. He, however, did head back and took a chopper from Imphal to Churachandpur, one of the worst hit districts in Manipur, which has seen a lot of ethnic violence, 130 odd people who have been killed in the last 1 month or so now. The BJP is saying that this shouldn't be made into a political issue, that there is a very serious law and order issue concern in the state. Joining us now, Madhu Gaud Yashki of the Congress party. Will also be joined by Rajat Sethi, advisor to the Manipur Chief Minister. And my colleague Saurabh Gupta will be joining us with his ground report in just a few moments. Madhu Gaud, sir, I'm just trying to understand, were these protesters on the ground preventing Rahul Gandhi from proceeding, or were they actually encouraging him to proceed?
This is, I think, those so-called protests by the women is nothing but the state and the BJP provocative. They're stopping Mr. Gandhi to visit those people. Thousands of people have been strained and affected by this violence. It's nothing but a state-sponsored violence. The BJP MLAs themselves are saying it is a state behind it. Why Mr. Sharma, Assam Chief Minister, who's champion to be the Northeast states, and some of the BJP MLAs are saying that he is behind encouraging some of these terror groups. Why the state disarmed those terror groups? Why the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, doesn't speak one word when Manipur is burning for the past 2 months? He is the Prime Minister of the country and he keeps silent.
Okay.
It's a gateway of East and it doesn't get off the focus of Kashmir.
Rajat, would you like to respond to a couple of... Yeah. Sure, sir, Madhu Gaud, sir. 1 second. Rajat, would you like to respond to a few of those points? Why hasn't the Prime Minister gone there? And secondly, the point mentioned was that Rahul Gandhi was stopped by the state government deliberately over here. He wasn't allowed to proceed by road, says the Congress.
Well, I think this crisis tourism as a law has to stop. I mean, the way Rahul Gandhi, every time there is crisis somewhere, he wants to step in, but only does it in an opportunistic way. There has been, if you go to Manipur, for instance, there is already 144 in place. Common citizens are under lockdown curfew. They can't have access to their daily amenities, wherein Rahul Gandhi has a separate law, it seems. He feels that he's free to go against 144 and just walk and have a road show right in the middle when security forces are engaged in serious operations in that district. Let me tell you, the SP of Bishnupur, that district where he was crossing, that SP said that, sir, we had pleaded before Rahul Gandhi that, sir, there is inputs that there is grenade attack or IED attack possible. So please take a chopper and go to Churachandpur if you have to go to. What is wrong in that? Tomorrow, if an untoward incident happens, he is sitting in a bulletproof BMW car, but his, all his people that are accompanying him do not have the facility of a bulletproof car. What happens if there is an incident over there? Who would be accountable for it? So please understand that this is a sensitive time. Even Mamata Banerjee, being responsible, she said that, okay, I have written to the MHA, is the atmosphere conducive for me to travel? And the MHA said that, please wait, this is not perhaps the right time to do that. But Rahul Gandhi doesn't have the, the courtesy to reach out to the security establishment. And by the way, these are security establishment people, not just political entities that he
has to Rajat, half a second. Madhu Gaudji, respond to that. If there's 144 in place, should Rahul Gandhi be travelling?
So, you are a very senior journalist. I have a lot of respect for you. I don't need to hear a lecture from Mr. Rajat Seth. Would you want me to remind him when 26/11 happened? The current Prime Minister of India was the Chief Minister of Gujarat, coming there to Mumbai when the operations was underway, and he was taking a political stand and speaking against the government instead of standing by the government. He doesn't need a lecture. Mr. Rahul Gandhi doesn't need a lecture from Mr. Seth, or neither the BJP. Isn't it the responsibility of an opposition party or an opposition leader who has a heart to go and reach out to the people I was a 10-year member of parliament. When there was riots happening in my own constituency zone, when there was curfew, I went there to resolve it. Why the opposition party meet ended in 7 minutes? Why the CLP even allowed to speak? Isn't it responsibility of the government of this day, state and center, to reach out to all the groups to bring the peace there? I come from Hyderabad zone. When there is a riots here, we have all party meeting. We try to see that differs this tension there. What here doing it? Why the Prime Minister not even made an appeal? Instead of lecturing Mr. Gandhi, the gentleman here should lecture to the Prime Minister of the country, and Manipur is part of India and is the Prime Minister of the country. Can't even appeal to the people of
Okay, half a
Manipur.
second, sir. Rajat, respond to that.
Well, what one should respond here is essentially the Prime Minister's office. I'm not here as a spokesperson of the PMO. Prime Minister, as it is evident from several meetings that are going on, both in New Delhi and in Imphal, is being on a daily basis given briefs as to what is happening. You need to get to the bottom of it to ensure that there is some semblance of the path forward wherein the political process can start. This is the exact reason why the meeting, the all-party meeting first happened in Delhi. MHA shared a lot of important data points that this is what the scenario is, and then it was an appeal made to all the party that do not try and politicize this because it's a very delicate situation. You're playing literally with fire. Otherwise, if one becomes irresponsible and gets onto these crisis tourism expeditions, then everybody would jump into the fray. It would get more and more complex. I would rather suggest Rahul Gandhi that had he had genuine concern and even a basic understanding of how Manipur operates, he would have been the first one when the Naga and Kuki, both communities, by the way, both the communities were actually blockading the whole state of Manipur for 150 days when the chief minister of that state was Mr. Ibobi Singh. And Rahul Gandhi, did he actually come down to Manipur, fly down to Manipur to apparently try and solve this conflict situation? For 150 days, there was no medicine, no food, no petrol, nothing. In the valley of Imphal, Rahul Gandhi didn't step in for all those 150 days. Today, he believes that he
let's
can come
Rajat
in
get a
as
response.
Same thing. Why the Prime Minister is not going there? You are accusing the Congress party and the leader. And you came to power. BJP is in power in the state and center today. Why the Prime Minister is not going there? Instead of finger pointing and showing Mr. Gandhi why he was not there when this was happened a few years ago. You are
I
in the
think,
power
Madhuji,
today.
the
You
point
need
that
to answer
Rajat
it.
makes is that is Rahul Gandhi being opportunistic because there have been several crises in the Northeast. He's pointed out one specific one and said Rahul Gandhi was absent on that occasion. Why is he there
That's
now?
most-
Where is the
that's
consistency?
Most ridiculous allegations they're making it. The opposition leaders in this country have a responsibility as much as the leaders who are in power. We do go day in out when there's a crisis. He's been there to solace the people and bring peace there, not to encourage any violence. He is open and Congress is open to have any all-party dialogue to bring peace in Manipur. This is not a tourism, neither is interested into going there for a publicity sake. It is the responsibility when the Prime Minister of their country is not even visiting and making an appeal. It's the responsibility of a responsible opposition leader to visit to the people of that state when they're suffering. You need to be there.
Rajat, I'm just
That's the fundamental
curious
duty
to
of the
understand.
political
Yeah,
public
Rajat,
figure.
yeah, go ahead, Rajat, quickly. I had a question to ask you. Yes.
I am not objecting to his going. There is absolutely no problem. But allow the security forces to basically direct you. If they are suggesting that there is threat to his life or threat to the life of people who are accompanying him, he should at least have the decency not to start questioning them. First of all, you don't know and understand the ground situation there. You're paradropping yourself over there. Then you're not listening to the security forces who have clear inputs. And mind you, this is an ongoing live situation over there. I mean, as a citizen, we all are free to travel into any part of the country. There is no stopping that. And let me reiterate, let the situation be more conducive. He would be, what he could have done at this stage is perhaps reach out to several leaders through social media. There are a lot of representatives sitting in Delhi also. He could have met them, try to start, some outreach level if he was really intention doing that. But here you are jeopardizing the security operations which are happening. So Tidim line, that's the road he is in. Do you know the amount of operations that are happening on the Tidim line as we speak? So all I'm saying is do not trivialize the situation over there just for some political brownie points. At least listen to your chief minister, your former chief minister Ibobi Singh. He was in Delhi. How many times have you met Ibobi Singh and tried to consult and form a consultative committee from your side? None. Your Ibobi Singh is himself being too communal.
All right, Rajat, I get your point. A last comment from you, Madhuji. I need to wrap this up. A quick one, if you can just wrap this up, sir.
It is the responsibility of the government to solve the problem there. Mr. Gandhi's responsibility as a responsible leader to visit the people. It is not to instigate there. It doesn't affect the military operations happening there. It is a state. It is not Congress who accused. 9 BJP MLAs are accusing the state government and the chief minister. And the BJP's Ram Madhav was saying it is the BJP party responsible for this crisis in Manipur today. And who else is going to resolve this? When the government and the political party which is in power is indirectly encouraging this conflict and ethnic conflicts there, it is the responsible of the opposition to raise this. And it's not going there to make a political point. Is going there to meet those people who've been affected in the relief camps who are there.
Okay, it is a political point you've made, and I think it's only fair that Rajat gets an opportunity to answer that. Essentially, that the BJP has been encouraging directly or indirectly the violence in the state. How would you respond to that, Rajat?
All that Mr. Gaud has to do is to listen to his own former chief minister. Look at what he himself is saying. He himself is saying that there has been, issues pointing towards deep gulf between various communities, and these are long pestering issues. Even a prick of a needle could, create this kind of a cascading situation. And
right.
He has been saying that all throughout. I'm saying that please, there are certain areas which are deeply complex of our nation. Please understand and appreciate the complexity of that. It is not about one party or the other party. Go and understand and read about that issue. You will yourself understand these protracted problems cannot be, solved through political upmanship. It requires
all right. Okay. No political upmanship. Hopefully, security on the ground will remain. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining us.